Just when red pill content seemed like the worst online discourse could get, it has been dethroned by an online ideology that shouldn't have seen the light of day. We are faced with yet another idiot who had no business becoming famous. Because, God forbid, men simply feel insecure like normal people. Today, let's talk about looksmaxing.
The internet's latest attempt to disguise mental illness as self-improvement.
Both men and women are vulnerable to body dysmorphia, or at the very least to the kind of dysmorphic thinking that makes people obsess over flaws no one else notices. This isn't a problem unique to one gender. What differs is how socially acceptable it is to talk about. Women have been taught that beauty is something to maintain and constantly improve. Social media, entertainment, and consumer culture all reinforce the same message. Your appearance matters, and if it's not enough, there's always something you can buy, fix, or change. For men, on the other hand, those same insecurities were often less visible.
I guess I am just a big, stupid, ugly ogre.
Male appearance anxiety tended to hide behind conversations about status, confidence, fitness, or dating. But in 2020, Braden Peters emerged online and became the face of looksmaxing, a movement built around the idea of just doing everything in your power to make yourself as physically attractive as possible by any means necessary. Peters didn't invent the ideology, but he embodied it more literally than most. A lot of people focus on what you can control, like fitness, skincare, grooming, fashion, but some take it to the extremes by getting injections, cosmetic procedures, and obsessing over every detail of their appearance. In a recent interview, Braden, who goes by Clavicular online, what an absolute regarded name by the way, he described looksmaxing as a holistic approach to self-improvement.
Looksmaxing is just another form of self-improvement that is a little bit more holistic, I guess you could say.
Holistic is a generous word for a mindset that treats the face like a project and the personality an afterthought. If this is what self-improvement has become, then it's a pretty revealing reflection of what people nowadays choose to value. Honestly feels very on brand for the internet right now though, since shock value travels faster than substance.
I want a threesome today.
At this rate, I'm going to have to pull a Sneeko and start saying stupid shit for views.
Haram!
Anyways, I have always been morbidly curious about what this man's daily routine actually looks like. Haven't you? Well, lucky ass, he was kind enough to share.
This is not looksmaxing. I'm gonna have to skin max. Yeah, you see this, boys? I'm having a makeup max. The Floyd's better at it though.
So looksmaxing's most extreme practitioner is doing makeup tutorials, which is just, yeah, that tracks actually. Wait, let's fix that. This is just some blush. Put some more on the cheeks there. Oh, yes, queen. I don't know. Why is this guy putting on makeup?
Right, so we take a look at, all the stats that are released by like the online dating apps and how the bottom 80% of women are going for the top 20% of the profiles on there. So even that's enough to kind of justify that hypergamy is a real thing. I'd say I've pretty much tried it all. I haven't had plastic surgery, but just about everything else. You can really do a lot for your looks with simple pharmaceutical intervention, right? You really can sort of overcome a lot of your genetic limits, I guess you could call it.
Listen to the words he's saying. Hypergamy, biohacking, medication, overcoming your genetic limits. Then you find out he started testosterone at 14 years old.
When did you start taking testosterone?
When I was 14 years old.
14. Where the fuck were your parents?
You start taking the drugs. Your parents finally find out about this, and they say, hey, stop doing that. What did they tell you?
Well, they would just take it away, say no more steroids, like take away the Xbox Classic stuff.
Such great parenting. He claims young men face an impossible dating market. I can't speak to that because I'm married, but I've heard it enough from friends to understand the frustration, and honestly, I kind of get it because online dating is the norm now and most of my friends use apps. Yeah, there are unrealistic expectations on both sides, women wanting money or looks, men wanting Instagram models. However, that's not the whole picture, and I think we know that. I have gorgeous friends in love with conventionally unattractive guys. But let's be real for a second. If you're on a dating app and someone's average looking, do you swipe right? Probably not. Not because you're shallow, but because you don't have to, and there are infinite other options. They're designed to show you the best looking people first. It's not that dating got harder, it's just that the internet convinced everyone they deserve someone hotter, richer, or more interesting than they actually do. And Brayden is the extreme version of that thinking.
What about bone smashing? Just one dude keeps spamming that the whole time.
So it's where you're gonna punch yourself in the face, like, you know, so I know it sounds crazy, but just bear with me here. So you're gonna brace your head and you punch yourself in the face.
You're joking, right?
No, I swear to God. And what this is doing is this is creating microfractures. And according to Wolff's Law,
the bone is gonna grow back stronger. And
Okay, let's briefly talk about this bone smashing theory.
Oh shit, buddy, I gotta dig a little deeper.
To make things simple, Wolff's Law is about bones adapting to repeated mechanical load over time so they can better handle that load. Basically, bone is living tissue. If the same area keeps handling stress over time, the body can gradually reinforce it so it deals with that stress better. It refers to how bone gradually adapts to consistent natural forces over time, like weight-bearing movement or muscle pull. That's very different from repeatedly hitting your cheekbones. And besides, I think you're not smashing it hard enough. You should do some more damage. Actually, make sure to hit it right here. So if you actually want to follow Wolff's Law to make your bones denser, there's a proven way to do it. Lift some weights.
well, my current routine would just run you through sort of a list of like my stack, my protocol. That would take a little while. I mean, it's like, do you want me to send you a PDF? You know, because it's just, a lot of people will ask me that question, and like I don't really think they realize like how long it would take for me to just run through a list of like 1 million pharmaceuticals, stuff like TRT, you know, stuff like taking an aromatase inhibitor so that your growth plates stay open longer.
What exactly are you proud of here? Because we used to live in a world where people kept their medication private, and I think it should stay that way. Quite frankly, not only is it weird, but you are introducing this stuff to people who probably shouldn't know it exists.
Have you suffered any side effects from what you do?
Not really.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you?
Because like I said before, if you actually, you know, do comprehensive research, you know how to mitigate these side effects. Like
testosterone could cause your hair to fall out, but if you take something like dutasteride, which is a 5-AR inhibitor, then you're not going to have any issues with that.
You're fighting side effects with more drugs?
Wow.
Oh my god! Wow!
That's just pushing dominoes. That's just pushing dominoes around. You knock one down, 2 more fall. Eventually, there's nothing left standing. And you're taking Accutane on top of all this every single day? I actually had really bad acne as a kid, and my dermatologist was considering something similar to Accutane. And before I had to get my prescription, I had to get blood drawn. That's how serious my dermatologist was. Like, she was not playing around. Whatever higher power is listening right now, I hope to God, whoever is listening right now, I hope your kidneys are okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit.
I found a glossary. I used some of the terms from the Matrix or whatever. ED. I thought it was something else. Apparently it's erectile dysfunction.
Huh?
They even defined long-term relationship. Like, what? A long-term relationship is a relationship that lasts a long time, especially with those who are planning to live together, are considering to be exclusive with each other, or are possibly considering to marry. The sex gets boring due to low perceived mutual attraction and sexual variety. Good to know. Very educational. All these terms are living in my head rent-free now. The cringe is actually physical. I can feel it in my body. Why is the younger generation completely losing their minds over this stuff? A quick little trip down the rabbit hole, courtesy of the internet and TikTok, which I am now heavily considering deleting, revealed an entire corner of the internet where young boys are doing weird shit and posting their surgery plans like it's a Pinterest board.
And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head and
Final round.
These guys look like they're in their late teens, early 20s window. The features they're trying to fix might not even be permanent. Your body hasn't even finished growing yet. Basic self-care is fine. Eat well, exercise daily, sleep 7 hours a day. Put on fucking deodorant for fuck's sake. But that's just taking care of yourself. I do want to be clear, what someone does with their own body is entirely their choice, and I respect that. But when your content is just,
Hey guys, here are the 8 things I hate about my face and my 2-year plan to fix them.
get off the internet. There was a time when you had to actually have something to say to build an audience. You had to have personality. Now the industry is so degraded that treating yourself like a Build-A-Bear is a full-time niche. You can be the most beautiful person in the room and still be completely empty inside, and people will feel that. They're pushing this idea that if you're not beautiful, you don't even matter, and if you're attractive, you can be successful in all aspects of life. I could spend hours going through this whole thing, but I don't think I need to. A 5-second clip tells you everything about who Brayden is and why his followers can't see past the confidence. He keeps saying he's not actively promoting any of this, but come on, you're intentionally showing the craziest shit, telling people exactly what you're taking, doing this, all of this on camera. I'm so tired of people saying, looks matter. I hear it all the time. Yes, obviously appearance matters to a point, but it's not the only thing that matters. At the end of the day, you can look like a Greek god, but if your personality has a depth of drywall, then congratulations. In the words of DJ Khaled, you played yourself.
You played yourself.
Now, if you're attractive and rich, fine. At least you've got 2 things working in your favor. And if you're just rich, I guess that's all you need. Yes, for women, attractiveness can sometimes carry social or financial advantages in ways it often doesn't for men, especially in a world where wealthy older men are more than willing to bankroll beauty. Just pop a titty out, boom, 10 gifted subs, easy. And because this generation was raised on gadgets and for many on a lack of love and reassurance at home, the validation they seek naturally shifted to the internet. That's why I thank God I didn't grow up glued to an iPad, and I'm grateful my parents actually gave me attention, even though I was, of course, the middle child. If you know, you know. A lot of kids were not given that, unfortunately. They were raised in emotional neglect and then handed a phone to shut them up. But for all the blame we place on online culture, no comment section will ever be as brutal as your own reflection. Okay, time to take a selfie. Oh my god, I need to do some chin tucks. See how stupid that was?